Pause as we see Lauren here staring at the TV as she's watching a Truman Show. Let's see what happens here.
$1.7 million were there for his birth. 220 countries took me for his first step. The world's most informative story is, and as he grew science and technology, an entire human life recorded on an intricate network of hidden cameras and broadcast live and unedited 24 hours, 7 days a week to an audience around the globe.
Pause. They're going to do a review on the Truman Show as they did all the highlights and updates from the beginning till now.
About you, I was on pins and needles the entire time. Hello, and good evening. I'm your host, Mike Michelson, and welcome to True Talk, our forum for issues growing out of the show. Something very special. A rare and exclusive interview with the show's conceiver and creator. So, come with us now as we go live to the Lunar Room on the 221st floor of the Omnicam Ecosphere. That's where we'll find the world's greatest televisionary, the designer and architect of the world within a world that is Sea Haven Island.
As you said, they said a world within a world. Very creative. Let's go.
Before we begin, I'd like to thank you on behalf of our audience for granting this exclusive interview. We know how demanding your schedule is, and we all know how jealously you guard your privacy. This, sir, is indeed an honor.
Don't mention it.
Well, the catalyst for the recent dramatic events on the show has been, of course, Truman's father, Kirk, and his attempts to infiltrate the show. But before we get into that, I think it's worth noting that this is not the first time that someone from the outside reached Truman.
We have had nice folks calls in the past.
Truman! It's Truman!
Oh, okay.
I did it! On the Truman Show!
But there's never been anything to compare with this most recent breach in security, the first intruder to be a former cast member.
A dead one at that.
Gotta say, writing Kirk back in, masterstroke.
Since Kirk started this whole crisis in Truman's life, I came to the conclusion that he was the only one who could end it.
Truman! Truman! No! That's off limits!
Pause as he's about to find out something here. Let's see what's over the rocks here. Let's see what they're hiding from little Truman here.
What's over there? Nothing. It's dangerous, that's all. You've got to know your limitations, Truman.
But let's remind viewers of exactly why Dad was written out in the first place.
As Truman grew up, we were forced to manufacture ways to keep him on the island.
I like to be an explorer, like the Great Magellan.
Oh, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore.
Man, somebody put a Rockwaller out there to get him, man. That's messed up. They don't want this dude to leave. Well, he's just trying to explore as a kid. They won't even let him do that as a kid.
Finally, I came up with the concept of Kirk's drive.
Most of it. Truman's been terrified of the water ever since.
When Kirk read the synopsis for the Death at Sea episode, he was disappointed, to say the least. And I'm sure that's what caused him to break back onto the set.
But how do you intend to explain his 22-year absence?
Amnesia.
Brilliant.
He said 22-year absence. How do you explain that? This dude said amnesia. Out of all things, amnesia. And they just said brilliant. Let's go. Let's see what else happens.
Let's take some of those viewer phone calls. Charlotte, North Carolina, you're on with Christoph.
Hi, Christoph. I was just wondering how many cameras you got there in that town.
Somewhere in the vicinity of 5,000.
Oh, that's a lot of cameras.
Remember, we started with just one. He was curious from birth.
So they went from one camera to 5,000 cameras.
You're premature by 2 weeks. It's almost as if he couldn't wait to get started.
And of course, his eagerness to leave his mother's womb was the very reason he was the one who was elected.
In competition with 5 other unwanted pregnancies, the casting of a show determined by an air date, Truman was the one who arrived on cue.
Incidentally, I believe Truman is the first child to have been legally adopted by a corporation.
That's correct.
As they just said, Truman was legally adopted by a corporation. A baby was adopted by a corporation. Insane. Let's go.
The show has generated enormous revenues now equivalent to the gross national product of a small country.
People forget it takes the population of an entire country to keep the show running.
Mm-hmm. Since the show is on 24 hours a day without commercial interruption, all those staggering revenues are generated by product placement.
That's true. Everything on the show is for sale, from the actor's wardrobe, food products, to the very homes they live in.
And, of course, all of it available.
As you seen a cereal, it said it was called Go Flakes. Like everything on the show is for sale. Like that's how they make their money. It's 24 hours live, no commercials. They making a lot of money off this big revenue time.
In the Truman catalog, and operators are standing by. Christoph, let me ask you, why do you think that Truman has never come close to discovering the true nature of his world until now?
We accept the reality of the world with which we're presented. It's as simple as that.
But hey,
He didn't lie. You take the reality that you in and you accept it. That's no lie. I mean, you can be it's perception and reality. And I mean, if you choose perception, I mean, perception can go a long way, a very long way.
for Christoph, hello. The Hague. All right, we've lost that call. Let's go to Hollywood, California. You're on True Talk.
Hi, Christoph. I'd just like to say one thing. You're a liar and a manipulator, and what you've done to Truman is sick.
Well, we remember this voice, don't we? How could we forget?
Let's go to another call. What do we
No,
have? It's fine, Mike.
He said he gonna accept the call. Let's see what she got to say. Let's let her speak her mind.
I'd love to reminisce with former members of the cast. Julia, you announced so melodramatically to the world. You think because you batted your eyes at Truman once, flirted with him, stole a few minutes of airtime with him to thrust yourself and your politics into the limelight, that you know him? That you know what's right for him? You really think you're in a position to judge him?
What right do you have to take a baby and turn his life into some kind of mockery? Don't you ever feel guilty?
I have given Truman a chance to lead a normal life. The world, the place you live in, is the sick place. Sea Haven's the way the world should be.
He's not a performer. He's a prisoner. Look at him. Look at what you've done to him.
He could leave at any time.
He don't know what kind of world he's in, so he can't really leave at any time. I mean, he's been trying to leave and they won't let him. This dude is a straight up liar, man. Straight up liar. Let's go.
His was more than just a vague ambition. He was absolutely determined to discover the truth. There's no way we could prevent him. I think what distresses you, really, caller, is that ultimately Truman prefers his cell, as you call it.
Well, that's where you're wrong. You're so wrong. And he'll prove you wrong.
Well, aside from heated comments of a very vocal minority, it's been an overwhelmingly positive experience.
Yes, for Truman and for the viewing public.
Well, Christoph, I can't thank you enough for giving so generously of your time tonight. I think it's safe to say that now that this crisis is behind us and that Truman is back to his old...
Pause as they interview Christoph here. This video is going to be a very long one, so we'll probably set a premiere on this one, and we'll probably continue on the next one. Let's see how far this goes, though.
So we can look forward to some exciting new developments.
Well, Mike, the big news is that Merrill will be leaving Truman in an upcoming episode, and a new romantic interest will be introduced.
Uh-huh.
I'm determined the television's first on-air conception will still take place.
Well, another television milestone straight ahead. You heard it here first. It has been a singular honor